back on site. Here we go. We're getting grade. We are at grade right here, so we know right there is grade. So I'm going to take my machine, come a little forward, put that boom at a 90 degrees with the bucket all the way open, set it directly on that spot where I got grade, and then set the boom laser on, and we go to town. All right, so we're gonna open the bucket all the way, bring the boom down so she touches the teeth. I mean, there's different scenarios. You could use the teeth, you could use the flat part of the bottom, but I use the teeth. That way it's easier for me. Boom, the stick's at a 90 degrees, okay? We're touching the teeth just at the dirt right now. Now we know that is what is grade. Now we set this till it beeps, and it'll be perfect every time. Green light means go. That's dead level. If you're high, you'll see what happens right now. She'll go blue, which means down. And if you're low, let's sink it in, she'll go red. And it also has loud beeping, so you can tell, but I like just to listen, use the colors and whatever. So we're good to go. Now our laser set up. We don't need anybody in the hole. Makes it safer for everybody, and you can do this with one guy. The other thing you want to do before you get on site, or before you dig, is find out, look at your site, look where you're going to put your piles, so you don't have to move them a bunch of times or even twice. So put the dirt where you need it. Every site's different, so I mean, sometimes you just got to, if it's a tight yard or whatever, you got to put dirt where you got to put dirt. You got to move it 3-4 times, and it's not efficient, but it is what it is. But one thing right now, this soil is awful moist in the bottom. I haven't touched it. It's like a wet, sandy, could have a little clay in it. I hope it gets better as we come back in. This is the lowest part of the house foundation, so because we want to use this for backfill. I mean, you should be able to once it dries out anyways. It's just, you know, I don't think there'll be any issues. There's actually not water weeping in, so we'll find out. Time will tell. First thing when you dig your outside line first. Don't start digging in the middle and pulling yourself. Get yourself lined up on the edge so you get that nice straight wall. So we'll be doing this for the next, now that we got grade, you could just cover that up. But we'll be doing this for the next few hours, just hogging out, going to town. You'll want to position yourself on the edge of the foundation. Don't, like I said, don't get in the foundation. And stay away, like right now, that blue line out there, stay away from that, because you're gonna pull that this way so you get that straight line. So have enough meat in between like that, because what will happen is your banks will taper severely, because your swing brake and your swing motor and all that nonsense, depending on what machine you have, will make that taper in big time. So once you get that line established on your right, you can like work the dirt over to it, cave it in. It don't make, you're going to be back down to grade because you got the laser on there and yada yada yada. Just right now it's a baling game, and you want to get as much dirt out as fast as you can. I keep this right in the truck, or right in the cab with me, just in case you know, you're bailing over blue lines, you're tracking over blue lines. Every time you get out to do something, repaint a line. If you gotta move a pile, move a pile. But right now, sitting on the edge could get me bailed all the way out of the house. And I'll be able to get halfway here, you know. You see where I'll be able to get, be able to get so about right here and leave that swath for the other side. Pretty dang good. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, there's been jobs where obviously you have to bail 3 times just to get out of the foundation, and that's when you bring the busa and or a regular dump truck and you get it out of there. But right here, we're doing good. Let's just get this thing hogged out. All right, going good. We got grade. You see me check grade because that's where the laser is there, and then I just boomed over. I know my machine's level. You could just do side swing and it'll get you close. We'll move back, do another bale, and I'm gonna get in a dozer and push that pile off so I have some more room over there. All right, got that pushed off. Now I haven't moved this excavator yet. I'm gonna do a whole spiel just like this, like an island. Make a half circle right on out, hog as much of this as I can without moving, because this over here is where most of the dirt could go, and I could level that up from and make it nice. And that's just a play on this one, you know what I mean? No reason to track around if you position yourself to reach a lot of material. And like I said, this isn't wide enough, so it's not that wide. I could get to here and then just pull that line. There's nothing over there, so I'm gonna get 80% of this whole corner and middle section of the foundation just from right here without even tracking. Pretty slick. Another thing is when you're hogging, that was a bad scoop, but when you're hogging, you don't want to pull grade like this. You don't want to pull grade then scoop, slow as hell. You just want to stab that in and curl that bucket. All right, curl that bucket and you will get a heap. Because when you pull, you're not only wasting fuel, you're wasting everything. You're putting that bucket full of air, 30% of air. You see it go right out of it. But if you stab and curl, see that air come out, you'll get way more air if you're pulling grade. Pulling grade, I mean by pulling the stick to you and then like this. Pulling the stick to you, and then curl. It's just, see how much slower I am up on my cycle time to get out of here? Way slower. So, when you're hogging, jam and curl, like boom, curl and get out. Got a full bucket. Oh, you know it, still balanced, still in the same spot. Did not move the tracks once. We're gonna work our way right on over, keep on like going to the left right here, and then right to the blue line. Pull the blue line to me, and then move this pile again, and then take out the island that I'm sitting on. It's as simple as that. Checking grade as I go with the boom. When your machine's sitting nice and level, you, like I said, you can check it with the swing, because right now the laser's not hitting over there. I kind of got that laser in the wrong position, but you could set it here where you know you're good. Just put it up an inch so you could glide, come right across, and then you know you're hitting there, so it's high. So we're gonna whack that out. That will get you close. I mean, that's not bulletproof, let's be honest here. But that will get you close to where you don't have to get out of the machine, or, you know, move the laser or whatnot. I should have put the laser to the left a little more, but I was trying to put it where I wasn't going to put piles. It's not a big deal if you have to move the laser. All you got to do is get a benchmark down below on a flat spot, and then make sure you go back to that spot and reset it. That's all. Simple, simple, simple stuff. once you do 1 and 2, the third one's even easier. So, same way with septic systems, you know what I mean? They can be challenging and different, and a lot of different technologies are coming out, and counties are requiring different things, and they're always trying to improve that. So there's always a learning curve with that. I mean, luckily New York's and in our county's been staying pretty basic, but you do get some craziness out there. Those engineers are crazy, you know that. I'll tell you, the new laws with the SWIP, the Stormwater Protection Plan, my lord. The one next town that we're working in, for a small little house in a little dead-end street, you want to see the hoops we got to go through and what we got to do just to protect runoff, you know. And all it does is add cost. It adds cost to the homeowner for no reason. I mean, it's just craziness. So this is what I'll be doing. I'll catch you guys when I got some good grade in the bottom. Cranking the AC and cranking the tunes. Alright, we're back to the line on this side. All the way, we're graded out. See if we're straight enough here. Pretty good, pretty good. Carve that line. I've been pushing off with the dozer. Now the pile is going to be in the way of the dozer. I got it like that. I had to take a thumbnail picture. So get right to your corner and pull. You got to pull great on these because you want that straight line. And once we get down here and grade it out, get out of the box that we're in. We're on a little island, which is the porch, and then we'll notch that out. Then we'll move the excavator. But I've dug this whole thing without even tracking once. Pretty good. This whole section, I should say. But I'm back to the garage on that side, so I dug the whole side of the house, because this side, I'm at the far corner, and that's 50 feet. That's a 50-foot dig. 53 actually, because it has the over dig on what side? Okay, yeah. 56. 56, 3 and 3. Not bad. 56 feet without moving. Woohoo! Play it out. Knock it down. Mama just came and brought me some coffee and some waters. Oh yeah. Mama, meaning my wife, Mrs. Dirtball. All right, we're gonna move out of our box and knock our porch out. We're gonna push that pile off, but we got this line here, then we'll be back. This is the garage, so I'll excavate this right to this section. I'll move over here, get to my box, push that all there, and then work my way around back to the beginning. Nice. Nice. right there to your left, that's the notch. You saw me just excavate the porch area out, just trying to get a good spot to dump dirt. I'll move that over with, I want to put that in that pile, grab it with the skid steer. I want to start piling up for backfill. Use the better material that's coming out. Get this notched, and then what I'll do is I'll it's only 10 o'clock. I was gonna say before lunch, but I'm gonna get down in with the skid steer and grade the whole bottom. It's within a couple inches, you know what I mean? It's fluffy. So grade it right out, put all your fluff to a corner, true up all your edges and notches with the blade of the skid steer bucket. You could, the walls, if they're tapered, you could do all that jazz. So as you see, I'm putting all the dirt away from the foundation where it needs to be, so the guys can work around this. They're going to come around this whole side over here, and I'll still have dirt there, but it'll be very little pile on the front. Well, it would be the back of the house, but back here is wide open, so all our access comes in here. Our dump trucks come in here for stone, all that. They couldn't drive in the front anyways because it has such a slope, so it kind of worked out a lot for the, but you still could have screwed it up by putting the dirt in the wrong spot. Let's just face that. And we're just gonna pull this to the corner and then reposition ourselves. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves, and we got to pull this line. So when the line here, how I left that little piece of meat down through here, dirt, we want to pull that this way. We don't want to dig into it like this because you're not going to get a good clean edge. I mean, you can do it that way, but then it just, what happens, we're supposed to get a ton of rain. Once you put them teeth into the bank, say I was pulling the whole thing like this, you just don't get a burn, and you get banks that are going to cave in. So you always try to run your lines with the side of the bucket, just how I'm doing this line right here. And if the bucket burns the dirt, it actually seals it, so it protects it from the elements. So I'm coming to the corner end here. I'm going to go past my blue mark a good foot, or you know, foot and a half, 2 foot. Okay, now you still got the 3 foot over dig, but that gives them guys room to put a cage for the panels. So you just notch that out. When you're in dirt like this, it's not a big deal. But when that last job I was on with the big boulders, you couldn't get 6 inches without, you know, I was just lucky I got the house in. So I wasn't digging any more than I had to dig there, you know. But it fit. It fit. So that's how we're rolling that. We're going to be past our line just like so. Give him make him happy. Because we all know those concrete guys love the bitch. Woohoo, do they love the bitch. Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Why can't you do this? Well, I like it like this. All right, we're to that line. I'm gonna move this dirt to the other pile. And then we are gonna scarf out this line here. I'll pull, I'll set myself up right here where the bucket is. And I'll be able to pull probably to there, and then the rest is gonna go that way over to that corner over here. And then we got a big chunk going to the garage, and then it's just the garage. Oh yeah. On the back return going towards the garage, you see how nice that line is, that straight line. That's what I'm saying, you gotta dig the line. Dig the line. I'm gonna keep pounding that in your head. Look at, see that blue line? Look at, I'm right on it, and that wall is dead straight. If I took the stuff to the left first, this wall would taper. See how it's locking in? It's locking in. It can't go left, so it's locking in. It has nowhere to go. Dig that right on out like that. Then you can take that big hunk of material and cave it back into your trench that you just dug, but it don't make because it's already dug. It'll just be fluff. So once you get to your height down in the bottom, I always like to get the bottom to the grade and then you can cave it in. That way you know you got that wall all the way to the bottom. Oh, look at that, another 6, another 6. I'll say that's grade right there, and we already got grade right to this corner, so we're good. Let's start hogging out material fast and not worry about grade. So we're gonna reposition so we can get the maximum reach on the throw. Get the dirt out of here. And we'll start pulling it to me. Big chunks. It will come out good now because there's no backside. That corner is the notched out. We got this section here. I might do a little hogzilla on it, pull it to me a little bit. I'm further away. So I'm allowed to do that a little bit if you know what you're doing, because if you don't, you won't get that line straight. So I'm just gonna pull a little top away like this, because I got the maximum reach at this point. When I'm on the line, I won't have this type of reach, and I wanna get this far away as I can. Job is just too fun. Too fun. I like it when it's no rocks. Rocks are annoying, you know? Alright, track in here to grab this line. Don't have enough material, if you took some out, too much out like I did, it doesn't matter. You just throw the fluff in. I'll show you real quick. So basically I was cutting a little too much and I couldn't get that line. I was like a foot. I needed a foot, so I just grabbed the material from over here, threw it in here, and then you just drive on it, and that will get you where you need to be. It's not a big deal. Do what you got to do to get that nice clean edge. And again, this soil gives you a clean edge. If it was rocks, it's tough, but you still use the same technique and to get the maximum cut. And we got some fluff and spillage in there, and skid steer will take care of that in 2 seconds, and it will look beautiful. After lunch, this thing will look like a picture. Right now, we're just hogging and getting it close. In the olden days, I shouldn't say olden days, but when I had employees, you know, you would just pay a guy to go down in that hole with a rake and a shovel, and he would follow you and tell you to go low, high, this, that. And even my laser system's still old school to it, guys, but this works, you know. It's not like having Trimble and all that already in the machine, or iDig. I don't have none of that, but it's the same scenario. You just got to know how to use it. It's a lot of work to be a ground guy down in that hole. to rake out and throw rocks and then keep a grade and keep showing grade. And he's down in the hotness with, you got mud bees and the mud and the dirt stinks all the time, and it's just not a good scenario. A lot of guys don't like it. And you need a good ground guy, you know what I mean? A guy that can read the laser. I've had guys where you train them and then you go to a 10-foot section. I'm like, man, that really doesn't look right to me from up here. And then he was reading the laser backwards. Instead of going down, he had me going up. On the back side, the back side of the garage, the back side of the foundation too, where them two meet, the cellar and the garage wall. So we'll be 3 foot into the garage with that. And then this is our last line to cut. Just this garage, just this line for the basement, and then we'll be into the garage. But before we do the garage, we'll get the whole bottom all shaped up, put our ramp in, go down with the skid steer, just because we got like 4 days of rain, they're saying, but it's scattered, we don't know. But this stuff gets rain, we're in trouble. The walls will hold, but the we're getting close to grade now. Let's check it. Nope, not yet. The walls will hold. It's just that it will get really mucky in the bottom. Different colored dirt when you hit that grade, so you also pay attention to your colors of dirt. So, because that will run level, almost like water, a water level, you know. So, dirt definitely runs in veins. I mean, they do vary, go up and down very slightly, but they're pretty close as far as just to get it close with your eyes. It's a darker brown down there. Another reason why you gotta have prints nice and handy. So this step up in the garage was a little confusing anyways, because like I was saying before yesterday in the video, the double wall here. So the step is actually here. We got full basement going across, because you gotta have this dug out the full distance all the way here, 3 foot. That's that little funky notch I had in the paint. And then typically you step going this way, but we're gonna, because it's wider, the step actually starts back here and then turns. So good thing I just caught that, otherwise we would have just made a little longer wall, or taller wall. We'll grab the rest of this and then jump down in with the skiddy. I'm gonna clean up first all my piles so we can drive around this thing and make it nice and safe like I always do, and then I'll get down in it, grade it out, and then dig the garage. Garage will go quick and easy. It's only a few feet in the ground. It's got 2 foot of foundation sticking up. So you got 2 foot of walls, 10-inch footing. And then the walls get backfilled all the way up to about 1 foot. The interior has a 1 foot drop. Then you got a 4-inch floor, so that's 8 inches of wall exposed in the garage, typically. Just had a blowout on my thumb I had to fix. It was a small weeping leak. Been fighting that, putting O-rings in it all the time. Crappy system I got here for this thumb, man. I do not like it. But without a quick connect, I don't want to, I don't know what I'm doing. Boil boy, what a turn of events after lunch. I went down in there, boy, it was full of water. This whole end started, when I came back, there was 2 inches of water in the basement. I'm like, are you kidding me? It all just started percolating, and then the other side ain't bad, but this is like, I have to hoe it like this. I scraped as much as I could and just flatten it like this, going all the way around, but it's really punchy. And I don't know, we're gonna see. We got rain coming, we're gonna see what happens. I just ordered a load of stone just to have on site. Footing guys are coming tomorrow afternoon, so we're supposed to get thunderstorms in 4 days. I'm gonna put a plug going out right now out that ramp. I couldn't even make the ramp because it was just so wet there, I couldn't even get in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I don't even know, maybe I'll just pull it all the way through and just so gravity feeds, just stick a pipe in there, something's got to happen, because once we get rain, this is holding not good. And hopefully it dries out, but I don't know, it came up, that's for sure. The rest of the site looks good though. Got all the dirt away from the sides and the edges. Gonna just get on the dozer, polish it up one last time, and then respray the garage and cut that in. All right, 95 degrees out. I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna knock this out in the morning. I just repainted my lines. Yeah, this has to, I mean, it's drying right now, but it's not gonna, you can see it just, it's going. I dug a hole over here. And we'll pump it out in the morning because it's going to start going. It's basically like Play-Doh. I just molded it and it will dry up. I mean, this ain't the first time we've seen this, but well, that will be filled up by morning. It's starting to migrate now, but you know, water's going to go to the easiest path. Hopefully it leaches down through here, but up there is all hard. I mean, you can see the top drying, you know. It's just right here, it's still pumping up. And I seen that when I was digging. It was a different color here. That's why I was like, at first, this was the first spot I dug. If you remember in the video, I was like, oh, I don't know if we could use this for backfill. And then it got better, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stockpile that for backfill. But again, we'll make that decision after we get 6 days of rain. And if we get 6 days of rain, it changes the whole play too. So we'll give it the rest of the night. Some wind and sunlight. All right, starting the cut in the garage. Look at my left tooth. Right there is that marker that we put in the wall. Got to go down another 2 to 3 inches. Just keep peeling it until that falls off. And once it falls off, you know you're pretty much there. Get out, fine tune it, and then set the laser on the boom. This side of the house is the elevation drops to the left. That's why we have the septic there, so that's why this walls will be out of the ground quite a bit here, and then we'll just take the rest of this dirt to get around and make sure we got the taper. I didn't know there was that much difference elevation. So that little green patch there is where I shot. That's the original grade. 2 foot up from there would be top of wall. So I would say there's a 1.5 foot difference just in that little bit. Keep a peeling, keep a peeling. There she is, she fell. When she falls, I usually use like the flags that like the cable company uses and stuff, and the gas companies, but I didn't have any. They work really good because you can see the flag, you don't have to paint it. So that's great there. It's starting to sprinkle. I gotta get this done. These guys are coming this afternoon. Stone's coming to get me some down in there, but this site is gonna turn to real problems in the next few days because of the rain. It's just gonna be a nasty night, nasty site. You just best stay away. Let it dry up. That's what happens. You just make mud at that point. And we're not in the mud business. All right, we'll get out, check, set the laser. Move your pile like this, just so your tail doesn't dig into it. You don't want to be grading with your tail. You just put the notch 2.5, 3 foot up, then you know where, because you know how high your swing is. Once you do that, you know you'll not be into it. We are going to, instead of cutting this way, because this one's deeper, we got to do a face cut. I'll show you that in a second. All right, so here's the face cut. We're going to come down in. We're not just going to take one chunk out and then take a look. This allows you not to fill the hole with a bunch of debris. We're not there yet. This side's a lot deeper. The elevation's a big change on the regular land. Let's back it up a little. Grab this side. See what we got. I can't see in my seat. We got about 5 more inches to go down. So we'll do that. It's starting to sprinkle nicely and I don't like it. Once we get within 2 inches, we'll switch positions like we were on the other side and just scrape it. Then clean up your fluff in the bottom. But you want to get that initial cut. Hopefully you guys can see them teeth. You want to get them initial cut in there straight. Them footing guys like the straightness. All right. All right, the 2 legs are done. Now we're just gonna connect them. Just gonna check grade out this before I take out of here. Good. All right, there's the garage. There's the garage. Just closing it out. Check grade in my corner. You'll see the lights. Gotta reset. Going on now. Perfect. Yeah, if it doesn't read, you got to raise it above the laser and reset. It resets itself. We're good. We're just gonna shape up right now. The rain held off for right now. We're just gonna clean these piles that I got here, consolidate everything. I'm actually just going to cut the sod back here with this right now and then leave the pile right here in the front. Grade's got to come up here anyways. All right, all polished up, consolidated. Form truck will back in right here. You always got to keep that in mind. Boom trucks, concrete trucks, they could get around all spots, front and around. Pretty good. You wouldn't be able to go off that side anyways because it's just steep and wet. But everything turned out great. 2 good things. My stone has arrived and there has not been any more water coming up at all. So I don't know if that was an old drain tile, but we're gonna put, I got it pitching to my hole and I got water running now, and then we'll put stone in so it'll always act as a natural drain in that area and go right out daylight. Got my stairs going down, my stone going in. Gonna set up the laser, just get a bead right in here and put a little in where that wet is. And like I said, this is all sloped right now to that pit, so it's gonna run right under that stone always. Perfecto. All right, all stoned up, nice and nice. So what we got now, shot the laser, gonna pop that daylight drain in. I got my pipes here, gonna slap my solid pipe from here to there, put it in, backfill it, done. That way we get rain anytime in the meantime, any flooding goes right out that pipe and we don't have to worry about it. All right, daylight pipe is in. Couple tips: put the pipe to a bank, the side wall. That way when you backfill, if it's in the middle, it's gonna slide or it's gonna come up. It's gonna come apart the joints. And every joint, put some dirt like that to pin it. That's the tip of the day. Man, that's chrome. All right, daylight drain there. So once my footing drain comes around, I'll tie right into that with a T. Call it good. This is all tracked and packed in. Daylighted out here. Get that sod out of there so I can see that. Oh yeah, Hello. Back on site. What a nightmare last night. We got more stone rolling in. Stone in the basement. We had torrential rain after I left. Luckily I had that pipe in. It took a lot of the water. Had it dried up this morning. Had to cancel the footings. There was 4 inches in here. Got a pump over there with a little well point. Some stone over there, and we got another load here to pop the garage and finish this up. And it is what it is. It's all part of it. We got more rain this afternoon that just hit me. I had it dried up and then it hit. All right, we're done. Oh yeah, now we're done.